Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and good morning to you all on this lovely Sunday morning. No word of a lie, I only got up a bit ago. We were up late last night where we were doing WWE Money in the Bank. Big up to each and every one of you that did watch that. I understand it's not for everyone, but for those that did, big up to you all. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. Some of you might not have seen, but there was a massive spanner thrown in the work. You know, there was fires lit last night late on Twitter about a potential manager switch, Régis Bris. I'm going to piss on that bonfire. I'm going to pour water on that bonfire and give you my opinion as to why I think this is codswallop. But before we do, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comments, notification bell, all that jazz. What is going on with Twitter, by the way? It's mad, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to end up having to pay for the thing. And then they'll, those that don't will have to come to me for the news. Is what it is. But let's get stuck into the article first of all that broke about from Get French Football News. Obviously, we know that the links to Régis Bris were credible, like they were there, and that was, you know, quite some time ago now, and we all believe that Daniel Farke will be announced in the coming days. I thought it had been announced already, but it hasn't been. But let me just bring up the article first of all. We'll have a chat about it, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. So, despite a downturn in results from the turn of the year, Régis Bris' first season as a manager will not have gone unnoticed. He's obviously one of them up-and-coming coaches that, of course, the 49ers like. With the 47-year-old leading the Britons to second place during most of the autumn, although he lost two key players in January, Temri Moffi and Dango Utara, the rookie was able to guide Lamela to an impressive top-half finish. Having been the subject of prior interest from Nice, and this is the bit I want you to remember, the stuff about Nice, who have since hired 34-year-old Italian Francesco Ferroli, Bris looks set to leave Lorient this summer in any case. The manager's relationship with the club's hierarchy has reportedly deteriorated to a point of no return, leading to Bris informing club president Loic Ferry of his intention to leave. The young coach is said to be frustrated at the repeated sales of key players and the state of the pitch at the Moutoir Stadium. Probably butchered that stadium. According to Mohamed Toubouche, Locks, I'll answer you in a second, mate. A move across the channel could also be on the cards for the manager. We've recently relegated Leeds making a move. According to The Guardian, however, German coach Daniel Farke is instead on the verge of taking over at Ellen Road, emerging as the favourite in a shortlist that also included soon-to-be Strasbourg coach Patrick Vieira. So that was the article that broke. I believe, personally, it's a lot of agent chatter. Yeah, it's a lot of agent chatter from Bris' agent. Obviously, we know he was linked to Nice. I believe he had a £10 million release clause from Lorient. He may be wanted by other suitors, maybe after a new deal. Obviously, Nice, I believe, let me just check that Nice have got their new manager. Just 1 second before I... So, yeah, so they have announced, this was 2 days ago, they have announced Francesco Ferroli as their new first-team manager. So Bris won't be moving there, but he could be angling for a move elsewhere. He could be looking for increased payment terms, and that, I believe it's agent talks. I believe Leeds United are literally ready to sign on the dotted line. But genuinely, this could throw a spanner in the work if Régis Bris has, you know, said to Leeds United, look, I'd be open to it. Gordon says, Joe, I can see you having a bigger chance of managing Leeds than him. No, listen, Régis Bris is very well thought of, but I do think it is too late in the day. And I do think it is, I think it's codswallop. Big up Waken88, who did a bit of like background checks and let me know on social media. So yeah, he mentioned this 10 million buyout clause that was causing issues, apparently ahead of a move to Nice. Obviously, Nice have got their manager now anyway. But I think surely it's his agent, like Waken says, trying to drum up some support to let people know that Labrie is available. Very exciting up and coming coach, well thought of. Would make sense in terms of like an unknown figure, a bit like Leicester and Maresca kind of thing. My thoughts. I've wanted us to sign Daniel Tharker for sure since he was linked. Really, I think it's tried and tested. The only issue we have, and maybe this is why the contract might be wrangling on. My man Oscar said the other day, like he thinks it'll be a short-term appointment, but will Daniel Farker agree to be a short-term appointment? I'm not too sure. I don't know any manager, to be honest, worth their salt that has pride in their job would agree to go to a club just to get them promoted and then do one. Like, you wouldn't have it, would you? I say, oh, you want me to come and get you promoted and then just walk away? Or you sack me? It's not happening. You're with the potential extension. That's telling him you're going to be binned off, mate, if you get us promoted. I don't think it's very fair. I get there's no loyalty in football nowadays anyway, but still, I mean, I don't know. That's the reports anyway. Again, it is just all guesswork. It is just all guesswork. And this has really thrown a spanner in the works at the final hour, if you like, because we know that Leeds United are returning today for pre-season testing. So I think we're going to see images of the players returning. Rob Price will be there. Skubala will be there. Who knows? Daniel Farker might be there in the background, but until it's announced properly, I don't think he can be, right? You know what it's like. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So we'll see. Let's read just a bit. I think it's Codswallop, man. I think it's paper talk. I think it's agent talk more than anything. I think Daniel Farker will be the man that's going to come in, for me anyway. And look, we know that the squad's going to return today. They go to Leeds Beckett, don't they? They go to Leeds Beckett first of all, just to do the pre-season testing. They'll be on the treadmills, they'll be checking the body fat, they'll be doing all that sort of stuff. But we'll wait and see what that happens. And Rob Price will be the man to do that. He did a piece with the YEP just the other day. Graham Smith published it yesterday, I think, just saying what they'll do during pre-season. So let's just have a look at that and get an idea, because no doubt we'll see some images of the lads in training and we'll react to that. But what Leeds set out to do on day one is not just creating benchmarks for strength and fitness so that players can be monitored to return to their levels after injuries, but checking for underlying health concerns. They go heart screening, scans for inflammation of the heart, etc., COVID-19, all this sort of stuff. They'll have their eyesights tested. Bamford could do with his double checking, to be honest. Rob Price says you don't want to waste time. There's a lot to get through. So while the player is in there, others are being tested for something else in another room. What else is there in there? It is what it is. They move. That's it. So they're in for pre-season testing. I'm keeping an eye on the notifications just on Twitter all day, really, just to see. Let me just show you the tweet that basically broke last night from the one of the journalists, Mohammed JUSTJOE, who is it don't really say on his bio who he is, but has a hell of a lot of followers. This was what came out from him last night, and obviously Get French Football News actually published the article on the back of this. So it does say Stade Breton tries Fabien Cantonese. I don't know what that means. Lorient very, very strongly wants Frank Honrat, but competition is fierce. Leeds are attacking Lorient again to secure the services of their coach, Régis Bris. I don't know if these are managers or potential players. Let me just double check, because if it's potential managers, then maybe they are looking to move him on. No, he's a player. Fabian Kentonese. Let me just check this guy. And Frank Honorut. Sorry for my pronunciations, folks. Again, he's a player. Okay. So what they're saying is these are the two players they're going for. And then it also mentions that we're trying to do that. I reckon it's just agent talk. I think it's BS. I think you're all in agreement with me there on that one. Listen, Régis Bris is an exciting coach, but it would be, to me, it would also, because there's a lot of doubt at the minute about the 49ers. Now, I just think they're moving in silence. They mean business. And when everything gets announced, hopefully we'll see that. However, if they do change their mind at the final hour, it also shows to me this plan they have, this plan that's set out over the course of their tenure at Leeds United isn't isn't as foolproof as they believe, because they're willing to change it at the final hour. But I do just think it is codswallop, it's paper talk. It is you know, I've just seen that. Would be a bit cheesy. Well done, you, sir. Is Bris any good though? Yeah, very well thought of, mate. Very, very well thought of in the game. Minimal glitch says Easy Joe, pretty mad, bad timing. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Locks asks, is there any chance at all that the 49? No. They will take over, bro. It's just because of the amount of investors. There's 11 key investors and more outside of that. A lot of them have got to go through the fit and proper persons test. The Premier League had already signed off on it. It's just our luck that the week Leeds United moved to the EFL have changed their fit and proper persons test. So we're like the guinea pig for it. They've changed it to being more in line with the Premier League. It just sounds mad to me that the Premier League said, yes, it's all good to go, but because we've gone down a division, the EFL have to do their own checks when they're trying to get it in line with the Premier League. So just use the Premier Leagues. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. Gainer says, Football Insider is reporting that the EFL aren't to blame for the hold-up. It's Rads. Have you seen it? I haven't. If you could send me that article, I will. But if it's coming from them, it's probably BS. Because I'm sure Phil, Popey, Graham Smith would have also got wind of that. But yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is. Let's have a look at some other transfer stories and links that have happened. Listen, I don't know why this one keeps getting peddled. Apparently, Leeds have made contact with Victor Gyökeres, but again, he has been linked to a move to. I did a video this morning actually with LB from City Extra. He was linked to a club, Atalanta. He's been linked to Sporting, and Premier League clubs will be after him. They want like 20-25 million. I do believe Leeds have money. But listen, if we sign Gyökeres, you might as well give us you might as well just give us the title now if you get someone like Gyökeres. I'm being honest, and that's no joke. Yeah, it's just, do you know what I mean? Locks won't like that, but I think if you were to sign someone like Gyökeres, the Championship's Haaland, then you're in the money. But he's going elsewhere, man. He's going elsewhere, so I don't know why this keeps getting peddled. Unfortunately, we missed that boat. We missed that boat because the clown of a director of football went and splurged 35 million on a player that wasn't ready for the Premier League. But let me just say, the noises are that Rutter is going to stay. Now, I believe Rutter will light the Championship up. I genuinely believe that. We've seen he's good on the ball. Yes, he looks like a little bit like a giraffe when he's running. He's got a really weird running style. But if you look at the compilations, even when his time at Leeds, how short they were, his ball carrying ability is really good. His dribbling ability is really good, and he's able to keep players off him. And we know from his time at his previous club, he can score goals. Now, you cannot tell me that he will not terrorize Championship defenders. Terrorize them. And I do agree with you, Jamie. We do need another striker. I'd prefer him to be off the left or the right. That would be my if Daniel Farke goes with the 4-2-3-1, I'd much prefer him off the right or the left. And the good thing is Daniel Farke knows about Rutter, having worked in the Bundesliga. I think he'll be excited to work with someone like Rutter. So, yeah, new striker up top. Someone like Joel Pirro, who has been linked to Leicester, someone like that would be amazing. Someone who can help link up the player and score goals as well. Locke says whoever signs Pirro out of Leeds, Leicester or Southampton will win the league. I think he'll cook in a good side. Yeah, definitely will. He will score goals. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Yeah, potentially, Harry. More of a inside forward. Do you know what I mean? Would you call Salah a winger? I'm not saying he's like Salah, but he's an inside forward, maybe. I don't think he's a number 9, is he? Your archetypal number 9. Bamford's your archetypal number 9, but can't score goals. I'm not saying Bamford's that, but you get what I'm saying. Bamford is that. Joel Pirro is that. Gyökeres is that. I'm not sure Rutter is that. I'd much prefer Rutter just off the main man. Also, I've seen pictures of Joffrey, by the way. Joffrey looks in shape. There's a lot of forgotten men at Leeds. He could come in and do really well. Yeah, Locks mentioned yesterday they were linked to Danny Ings. I said I'd take him, but the more I think about it, the injuries, etc., which Jamie continuously reminds me of. But yeah, I think the injuries might be too much of a worry, especially when you consider you've got to play 46 games, man. 46 games, throwing in the Carabao Cup, throwing in all that sort of stuff, the FA Cup, etc. It's long. Saturday, Tuesday. It's mad. It's a bit too long. But yeah, listen, loads of content for us. I'll say that much. Right, okay, let's have a look. Move on to some other articles that are out there doing the rounds. We've spoken about this many, many times. It'd be a great loss to Leeds United, but according to the Daily Mail, West Ham are also interested in signing Tyler Adams. Let's be honest, he's been linked now to Brighton, Aston Villa, West Ham. I've had people telling me he's staying, the 49ers want him to stay, etc. It's all good and well. They want Nonto to stay, they want Vorba to stay, they want Harrison to stay, but you've got to be real. With these clubs knocking that have European football, we got no chance of keeping the man. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to, but Tyler Adams for me could move on. Here is a story on another striker that's linked to Leeds and Leicester, is of course that man Joel Pirro. Someone has said that he could be Farke's own Gakpo. Let's have a look. So Leeds United will still no doubt be reeling from the return to the Championship. That being said, the club will now be hoping for a brighter future under prospective new owners, the 49ers. It does say Daniel Farke is likely to be named as the permanent manager. And there has been speculation of late that Leeds are interested in a move for the Swansea City marksman Joel Pirro, with the Yorkshire outfit having previously linked with the 24-year-old who has just 1 year left on his existing deal. You can go get him, right? A fee believed to be around about 12 million. It could end up being a bit of a bidding war if Leicester, because let's be real here, 12 million for Leeds United right now is not a lot of money. We've seen Leicester go out and pay 10 for Winks, pay 8 for Cody. Leeds United also have that kind of money as well and will recoup some from player sales as well. If Nonto does leave, if Adams leaves, if Melier leaves, although that's gone very, very quiet, I do think his agent will find a club for him though. So we'll wait and see, isn't it? Because if he's available for 12, let's not miss out. Why, like we did with Gyökeres, go and get Joel Pirro. Go and get Joel Pirro. For those that are asking about him, look, he scored 20 goals and provided 2 assists in 45 games in all competitions last season. The one-time Sparta Rotterdam loanee had previously recorded 30 goal involvements for his current side the year prior. So again, at Swansea, 30 goal involvements, ensuring he boasts a respectable haul of 44 goals and 8 assists in just 92 games during his time in the Championship. Yeah, look, a talent scout, Jack Kulig, stated the impressive marksman has proven something of a surprise following that stellar hot streak, having previously been unwanted at former club PSV, where he made just 14 first-team appearances. Very interesting generation of PSV Academies players born in 99 alongside the likes of Cody Gakpo. But yeah, listen, his goal-scoring record in the Championship is really, really good. Look here, offering a useful creative force in that central role, having averaged 2.4 progressive passes per 90. There you go. Gakpo just ahead of him. So very similar in that respect. But yeah, Joel Pirro would be a great signing for any team looking to get promoted. I think he's that Championship proven goal scorer. And unfortunately for many, Gyökeres isn't going to be available, is he? He would be the main one. He's done his bits. Joel Pirot probably will do his bits and then maybe get that move. Mr. Berman says Pirot, Hamer, and Manning would be min. Imagine though, this is what we're talking about, right? The takeover goes through. We sign Daniel Farke, and then within a couple of days, a bit like Leicester did when they signed Cody and Winks like this, boom. We then go, right, we've already agreed to deal with Manning. He's coming in. Hamer, Gus Hamer, also Joe Pirot. It'd be amazing. And we'd all just go, we'd all breathe a sigh of relief. So let's wait and see what happens there with Joel Pirot. I'm just having a look. Yeah, look, yeah, it is what it is. That's about Mark Rocker and his move to Real Betis. When's that going to happen? I do not know. Football Insider saying that Leeds are expected to make 2 marquee signings, Daniel Farke and Stuart Webber. There is also another article that's been done, and I think it makes sense bringing in Nick Hammond and then also looking to bring in Stuart Webber after that fact. I know a lot of Leeds fans are not on it, but it makes sense with how long looks like Nick Hammond's going to be here. But listen, according to Football Insider, after his notice period, Stuart Webber will link up with the club. Wait and see, isn't it? Wait and see. But it sort of does make sense. A little bit like Newcastle and Dan Ashworth. Newcastle waited for Dan Ashworth to leave Brighton. In that time, they put Nick Hammond in charge. Dan Ashworth came in. Nick Hammond left. Something similar here. Nick Hammond's coming at Leeds United. Remember, Nick Hammond was instrumental in the signings of Bruno Guimaraes, Kieran Trippier, Dan Burn, etc. Yeah. Then, obviously, he's coming at Leeds. Hopefully, we'll see similar sort of signings, not in terms of caliber, but smart signings that are going to do bits in the division that we're in. And then Stuart Webber comes in. I know a lot of Leeds fans don't back it up, but he is a Leeds fan. He's been pictured in away games and that. Do you know what I mean? It's be all right. Be all right. Let's see what else has been said. It's all Ashes talk on my notifications at the minute. I'm not big Ashes. I don't watch cricket. Shit. The last time I watched cricket was when Freddie Flintoff, Kevin Peterson, I think it was 05, was it, or something, when they won I don't know. Yeah. How long is this all going to take? I don't know. I think what will happen is, mate, this evening. Johnny Smith says, stop wasting folks' time, Joe. What do you mean? What do you mean? Do me a favour, yeah? Fuck off. I mean that with the best intention. Why are you coming on here saying all that shit? Like, have you got nothing better to do with your life than sit there this morning and watch my video to then say I'm wasting people's time? If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. That's all I'll say to you, bro. Like, what is that about? You coming on here, yeah, just to say that? It's boring. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Why are you wasting your own time and not wasting people's time? You're wasting your time coming on my channel, right? And coming with that tripe. I'm not wasting no one's time. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? There's 660 people, right? Well, 659 that are enjoying it. You're obviously not. Don't waste your time in putting a comment. Just go away. Go watch someone else. Do you know what I mean? I put my heart and soul into this stuff, right? I'm knackered. I work a job as well as this, and I try to keep people updated. If people don't want to watch it, that is fine. And my analytics will show that much. You know? I try to create content to help people, because I know there's people that watch these videos, yeah, that maybe don't have much going on and they get a lot from it. I hear that, yeah? So I don't need to hear that. And yeah, it is what it is. Just go watch. If you're wasting your own time saying that, move. Anyway, we move. Let's go to some let's go to some comment here. This one really surprised me, because I was having a look at this being a potential signing for Leeds United. So this is from the second tier, and it's been reported now by Sky Sports Keith that Burnley have had or made a bid in the region of 9 million for Sunderland winger Jack Clark. Multiple bids have now been made by Vincent Kompany's side. I did think that could be a potential move for Leeds United, but obviously, listen, Jack Clark's going to now go on to have that career that we all thought he would have, right? Like, let's be honest, it looked like we absolutely burned Spurs, and we did really. We got 10 million for him. Top player at the time. Let's not kid ourselves. When he came in, he lit it up. I'll always remember that goal he scored against Aston Villa, where we beat him 3-2 after being 2-0 down at half time. Do you remember that? And he cut in, boom. It was a lovely strike. Yeah, cheers, Lockie, bro. Exactly. Everyone for the love in the comments as well. And do you know what? I'm sorry for flying off on the handle there. No, I wouldn't call it flying off, but getting annoyed. But it's because I'm tired. I did videos yesterday. I do videos today. I try to keep you updated. So it's just frustrating. That's all. So yeah, my apologies as well for swearing and whatnot. So yeah, Jack Clark potential incoming. There may be better options there, Jamie. Not incoming for Leeds. Looks like he's on his way to Burnley. Obviously, hopefully goes on to have the impressive career that we all thought he would. So it is what it is. Jack Clark. I wanted to just mention that because I know he'd been sort of in our thoughts, or in my thoughts, should I say. But yeah, it looks like he's going to move to the Premier League, and I hope it goes well for him. Because I was always fond of, of Jack Clark and that little breakout season he had. But yeah, he had that medical issue at Borough, didn't he? He sort of like fainted. I swear he'd been on the he's been on the Monsters or something, weren't it? I swear it was something like that. But yeah, Nicholas, like you said, that cutting against Villa was class, epic. But we'll wait and see. It depends how many wingers we've got. Like, we might not have any. Mightn't we? Let's have a look then at some of the squad that's going to be here today. This was done by the YEP. Big shout out Graham Smith, Joe Donoghue, and everyone doing bits in the content creation sphere. I just wish everyone would stop wasting my time though when I read these articles and watch their videos and listen to podcasts, because it's just a massive waste of my time. Let's have a look then. So Graham Smith put together what he believes will be the team that returns for pre-season. So you've got Donny van der Heuvel, Cody Drama will be keen to impress. What are your thoughts on Cody Drama? I'm going to put a quick poll out now, just to ask you folks, to tell me if you stay on. Just let me put this poll out. One sec. I don't. Will he? I'm going to put will he, because it'll be Cody, yes or no. Everyone will say yes. So I've put Cody, will he stay or go? I want you to tell me in the comment, because for me, I would love him to stay. I would love him to stay. I think there's a top player in there. In Cody Drama, he does deserve a chance. This is the thing. The ball was in Leeds United's court. It's now in Cody's court, right? Because he's had 2 seasons where he's not been given a chance. So for me, he's got to be number 1 spot. And I agree with Alfie in this respect as well. This is what I mean. It's all about Cody, isn't it? And what he wants. His agent, if I'm honest, is a bit of a fuckery. He's always up to a madness, a bit like Régis Bris, it would seem, a bit like Somerville. Some agents are like this, right? Let's not forget he was once linked to Newcastle and Dortmund, and then went on loan to Luton. And that, I mean, no disrespect to Luton, but come on, his agent's a bit of a mad. His agent's nearly as good as Robin Cox. They've probably got the same agent, but I would like him to stay. But will he stay? That's the main question. 72% think he will stay. See, I can't vote, but if I was to vote, I would say go. Because I think a bit like what Alfie says, he'll go. I think he'll want to leave. It's a shame, but we'll see. Luke Ayling will be back as well. I know if I asked you the question about Luke Ayling, you'd all say go, but he'd be good for us. Liam Cooper the same. Let's move on to the next page. Who else who've they got? Pascal Strauch. I think the club will sell him, you know. I think the club will look to move him on. Jamie Shack, he'll be moved on as well. Darko JB. Standout season for this guy, trust me. Standout season for Darko JB. Yeah, Leeds fan, I hear you, bro. It's just difficult at time. I do hear you though, mate, and I try my best not to, believe me. But sometimes it's a little bit frustrating. But 70% of you believe that that Darko JB, not Darko JB, sorry, that Cody Drama will stay. I hope you're right. I hope you are all right. Darko JB, though, standout season for him. Move over Alex Scott. There's a new midfielder in town. Jack Harrison, he'll be back for pre-season, but I expect him to leave. Who else is expected to be back? Because there's a few that are on international duty, as you'll know. Joe Gelhardt will be back. Right. This is the next one. I'm going to ask you this question, okay? I want to get your... I want to get your opinion on Joffy. Let's have another little poll here. So I've asked the question, Joffy, standout season, yes or no? Will he have his breakout season? Because we're yet to see it. We're yet to see it at Leeds United. I want you to vote in that poll as well. Mateo Joseph will be back. I hope he gets minutes, as will Pat Bamford. And that is that. For those asking about Archie Gray, I think Archie Gray must be on international duty as well. These are the ones that are sort of like returning, I think. According to the article, anyway, the article, a mix of youth and experience. Leeds United's predicted 11, that is for Man United in Oslo. I hope it's not. I hope it's not the likes of Shaq, etc. Because these folks need to be moving on, don't we? Magnus says, what doesn't make sense for me is that both Christensen and Ayling gets endless chances, even though they deliver bad performances, and Drama barely gets a sniff. He is clearly the better right back right now. I think you bang on the money, mate. I do. I agree with you, bro. Don't worry about that. I do. I think you're fair. But that's why Joffy, sorry, Mike, that's why Cody might leave because of that, right? He might be saying, oh, listen, I'm better than these two. I've had better performances than these two. Not in a Leeds United shirt, it has to be said. But, you know, I've not been given a chance, so therefore I'm going to leave. So, yeah. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah. So someone as well in my comments mentioned the goalkeeper Justin Bijou as a potential signing. Apparently, he's been linked to Manchester United now, so that one's not going to fly, unfortunately. Let's have a look at that poll then. What are you saying? 51%, so not as cut and dry as the Cody thing. 51% think that Joffy will have his standout season. What's his position? It'll be interesting to see when Daniel Farke gets announced, if he gets announced, how he'll play him, who his starting 11 will be, what the squad's going to look like. I'm expecting a lot of German arrivals, I can't lie. 51%, it is interesting, isn't it, Andrew? It is interesting that just a little over half think he'll have a standout season. I think we all expected him to go to that next level already, and he hasn't, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's pretty thin on the ground for news. I was expecting more. It's probably going to be Monday now. It's probably going to be a busy week. But listen, we'll get some probably social media propaganda maybe from the football club saying, look, here's the players arriving. I know we did last season, but then again, it's a bit of a shit show at the minute, so they might not bother. We'll have to wait and see. But listen, we play now, right? 10 days. We play Manchester United in 10 days in Oslo. 10 days, you know. 10 days. That's mad, isn't it, when you think about it? Remember when it only seems 2 minutes ago we were going, oh, there's only 2 weeks till they're back for pre-season. Well, that's now. Oh, there's only 6 weeks till such and such. It's mad. It's mad. So if we have a look now, the start of the season, our first game is the 6th of August. We work 35 days, people. 35 days. That is all we have to wait, which is mad. 35 days. There we have it, folks. 35 days between now and the start of the season. If we just have a look at first preseason game, and yes, there's only been one announced. I believe Rangers might be another, though. There's just 10 days, man. 10 days, people. Just 1 week and 3 days till our first preseason against Manchester United in Oslo, and we haven't even got a manager. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, what is going on? Yeah, it's mad. It is mad, honestly. Right, okay. Gainer's tagged me in the article. Before we leave, folks. So this was from the 2nd of July, which is today, 10:30 a.m. Right, let's have a look. This is from Kieran Maguire. Okay, let's have a look. So, Kieran Maguire. Okay, I don't know who Kieran Maguire is. Let me find out who Kieran Maguire is. Let's see if he's got any credentials. Kieran Maguire, Football Insider. See what it says. So, about Kieran Maguire is a British academic author and broadcaster. He specialises in the accountancy of association football and authored the book The Price of Football. His expertise. He might have some. Let's have a look. So this is Kieran Maguire, who they've asked the question. So Kieran Maguire is a British academic author and broadcaster. He specialises in the accountancy of association football and authored the book The Price of Football. His expertise is frequently sought within English football media. Alongside comedian Kevin Day, Maguire presented a twice-weekly podcast entitled The Price of Football, in which football finances are discussed. Okay, so Russ Vernon there is a finance expert, right? So let's have a look at what the article says then. So this is actually written by Kieran Maguire as well. Okay, so that's something to think about. Who's Kratos, Gary? Is it? Let me have a look who Kratos is. God of War. I'll take that, bro. I wish I was as big as Kratos. But let's have a look at this article. So he's saying that Andrea Radrizzani or the 49ers are at fault for delays in the Leeds United takeover process. That is the view of finance expert Kieran Maguire, who exclusively told Football Insider that the EFL are not to blame for the takeover's lack of progress. Well, this has to have... forget about it being Football Insider. Let's have a look at who's actually saying this. And Kieran Maguire obviously carries weight. As a result, let's have a look. Maguire insists the EFL are not at fault for the delays, with either the buying or selling party causing the takeover hold-up. The delays in terms of Leeds United takeover are not being caused by the EFL, Maguire told Football Insider. We've seen in other deals, such as the sale of Wigan and Huddersfield Town, that if all parties are in alignment, a deal can go through in a matter of days rather than weeks or months. Therefore, it would seem that the slow progress is caused by either the buying or selling party in the takeover. It has consequences on operational level in terms of the club's ability to recruit both in the backroom staff and the players on the pitch. The quicker the deal is resolved, the better. There you go. That's a little bit worrying, isn't it? Let's see if we can get in touch with Kieran Maguire. I mean, I doubt it. Thank you for that article, though. Thank you for that, Gainer. Let's see if we can find Kieran Maguire. DMs are... I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? I'll send him a DM. Let's have a look. Over 100 followers. They tweeted, Joe. What have they tweeted? 1 second. I can't remember which one. And host. I'm just going to write him a message here. You never know, do. 1 second while I just do this. Don't make for great, don't make for great viewing this, does it? One second, that's that ready. I use Grammarly though because I'm really poor with writing, so I just Grammarly helps me rephrase it all, and that is classy. You up to the Nottingham Forest fans, Premier League, Nottingham Forest? See us, I can see us. There we go. Right, we'll send him that. His DMs are open. He's got over 100,000 followers. It's definitely not going to happen, is it? Someone said Leeds United just tweeted, choose the cap. Oh, God. Oh, my God. How dare they peddle this shit? How dare they? Have you seen this? Have you seen what they've tweeted? Are you taking the piss? They want us to vote via Socio's token to pick our captain against Man United. What is this? This is a joke. I'm sorry. That is abysmal. While we don't even have a manager or owner, Socios, which is a corrupt fan token robbing, horrible kind of fucking thing in itself, they want us to use our Socios tokens to vote for our captain against our biggest rivals. Our captain should be ready to snap legs. No disrespect. Our captain should be ready to go out there and say, I don't care if it's a friendly. This is Man United. Instead, we're going to give them the captain. Or the arm, but I don't care. Message on the band, whatever. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Yeah, not who the captain is, whatever. I've read because I'm angry and I've read it in a rage. But even still, it's brutal, Luke. Luke, it is brutal. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It's just brutal, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, we're all here, right? Stressing, worrying about the fans and all that sort of stuff, and they choose at this time to pull out the Socios fan token. Absolutely abysmal. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. And they'll be told as much as well. Twitter will be just going wild. They've probably done it. Oh, God. Why do they even think that's a smart move? Obviously, they will have like sort of contractual things probably with Socios, but it's embarrassing, man. It is embarrassing. Yeah, Lee, exactly. Vote what's written on the yeah, exactly. But even still, the fact they're trying to peddle that. Big up to Tom at Focus on Leeds. Great debut as well the other day on All Stats, bro. I know like how difficult that would have been for you, and that's a big up to you, man. But you're right, they're not. But you hope that this sort of stuff is contractually already put in place before they've properly got hold of us. Anything will trigger us at the moment. Yeah, true. But this is a thing, innit? So read the room. Read the room, Kev. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it goes without saying, man. Divvy. But who cares, man? Who cares in that respect? But I care enough to be angry, if that makes sense. Because we're sat here, we no manager. We have a game in 10 days. There's been no conversation or no news coming out. When was the last time we got anything from the football club? It was, say, an agreement in principle. That is all we got. It shouldn't even, them socios shouldn't even be a thing anyway. But the fact they're still, you know, trying to use that, especially at this time. It's mad. It's mad. They can fuck off for me. Anyway, they can do one anyway. Like, I'll buy the kit, but there's a little part of me I don't want to buy the kit. You know what I mean? I don't want to buy the kit. I just don't like them right now. But this is, come on, we should all be happy. I should be happy. You should be happy. We should be happy. Do you know what I mean? But we can't be right now, can we? It's mad. It's mad. Listen, I think we'll leave it there. We've done 45 minutes. I'm going to go for a lie down. If anything breaks, I'm free all day, so we move, right? Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and, of course, hit that notification bell. And hopefully I'll see you all in a couple of hours. Peace out, folks.